The director and staff of Mackie Hazen Memorial Funeral Home offers quality service and satisfaction guaranteed. Serving our clients with respect, dignity, and sensitivity, Mackie Hazen Memorial Funeral Home makes planning look so easy. With over 20 years experience in the funeral business, Mackie Hazen Memorial Funeral Home provides top quality service which is sure to give you, our valued customers, that guaranteed satisfaction. Visit us today at Church Street or call us at
The 2017-2018 federal budget is manipulation of figures to give a good impression of the government. So says opposition leader Dr. Denzel Douglas in his contribution to the budget debate on Thursday in the National Assembly.
The process should never be a mere manipulation of numbers. It cannot be all about arithmetic. Cannot. It is an important policy document that gives sensible and realistic view of the year ahead, and it establishes policies aimed at carrying our country forward. These numbers mean nothing. If the numbers are wrong, then the policies which are based on those numbers would also be wrong and would not work. And that is exactly what we are seeing today. Because we warned last year that the process was wrong. We come back this year, and it's the very same thing that we are seeing, a manipulation of numbers in order to make the government look good, when it does not, in fact, it is not good.
Dr. Douglas was unable to finish his budget presentation after he was denied additional time from the government side in Parliament. He was allotted 2 hours and 36 minutes, the same time it took for Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris to deliver his budget presentation on Wednesday. But when a vote was cast to determine whether he should be granted an extra 15 minutes, as he requested to complete his presentation, the government side voted against. The Speaker, in his discretion, offered him an additional 5 minutes to wrap up, but Dr. Douglas rejected this, saying it was not enough time. The opposition cried foul and said the Speaker was unfair as there were multiple interruptions that bit into the time of his presentation.
Numerous interruptions would come in. I'm sure that the interruption and deliberate interruptions on that side, just to eat into the time of the member speaking. No matter how much, deliberate interruptions, which would cost, I would say, would go for about half an hour or so. And at the end of the day, we have to vote. At the end of the day, we have to vote on this. Highly ridiculous.
Dr. Douglas questioned the credibility of some of the estimates in the budget and said this was a public relations exercise. The opposition leader pointed to what he deemed discrepancies in the budget based on the figures presented by the government regarding economic growth projections compared to information from the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank and institutions such as the IMF. He said these figures from these entities contrasted the image painted by the government in the budgets.
To manipulate figures and thus mislead what is the true picture that we have in the economy here in St. Kitts and Nevis. So the capital budget has not spared the manipulation and distortion. The government made a strong song and dance about the capital budget, Mr. Speaker, for 2017, which was estimated at some $131.3 million. That is 2017. It is now being projected that capital expenditure will reach some $50.6 million by the end of this fiscal year. In other words, Mr. Speaker, the actual capital expenditure in 2017 will be just over 1/3 of the amount that was deliberately included in the 2017 budget. And the minister must have known that this was unrealistic in his projection.
Other members of Parliament presented for the rest of the day and well into Thursday night after Dr. Douglas's truncated presentation. Henika Watkins Porto for SKN Newsline.